this CRT TV is almost as old as me.
But still, it plays video games way better compared to almost any modern 4K TV. An average 4K TV has a resolution of 3840 x 2160, which means it has over 8 million pixels. Yeah, so many pixels! And then we have this Onida CRT TV. Which can show up to standard definition. Now, even though CRT TVs doesn't exactly have pixels in them, but just for comparison, it's equivalent to around 400,000 pixels, which is like 20 times less than my 4K TV. And yet, playing video games on this feels way better and way freaking cooler. There's just something about this TV that the picture quality looks so awesome. But the question is, why? Why does this ancient thing still holds up even to this day? And why some games look so good on this compared to even a modern 4K display? Well, to know that, first we need an old CRT TV. And lucky for me, I already got shit out. And lucky for me, I already got one. I had this TV in my house for basically forever, and at this point it's literally an old relic. And don't ask me why they wrote the black upside down, because it was probably a marketing choice, because you know the TV was colorful, which is the opposite of black, so the black is written upside. I don't know what I'm talking about. Lately, I have seen a lot of people on the internet playing games on different kinds of CRT TVs and monitors, claiming that it looks surprisingly good. And that got me thinking, just how good it actually is. So I brought this TV out, cleared the dust, and I decided to find it out for myself. But setting this TV up was not an easy task. You see, the first problem that I faced was that this TV doesn't support HDMI. It only supports AV inputs. So I had to figure out a way to connect my PC to this TV. Now luckily there are some converters that you can use to convert your HDMI output to AV output. So I decided to order one from Amazon. But then there was also another problem. You see, the delivery time of this was way too long. 1 week? 1 week? I can't wait that long. So I decided to look for them in the local computer stores in my area. And luckily, I managed to find one. Even though it's not one of those premium ones, but hey, hopefully this will also get the job done. The next thing is now connecting everything together. The HDMI connects to one end of the converter and the AV cables connect to the other end. And for the converter to work, it also needs power through this USB cable. And after connecting everything, it was time to boot the computer and see if it works. And it worked! Honestly, I'm just happy that nothing blew up. And after setting up the resolution and the refresh rate and stuff, I immediately started playing games on it. And the first impression was, wow. It looked really good. I played a bunch of different games, some new, some old, and some very old, and I gotta say, it looks really beautiful. And not only that, but it also feels a lot smoother compared to my 4K TV. And don't get me wrong, I mean the image is definitely not crispy clean or sharp. There's a bit of blurriness on the screen, the texts are really hard to read, and also I could not get my PC to show the accurate aspect ratio, so the image is a bit warped on both sides. But despite all of this, it looks stunning. Stunning! Every single thing in the image has this soft, glowy bloom effect. Like there's a soft glow around everything that gives the image a dreamy and a magical vibe, which is actually also really nostalgic. And yes, the image is not 100% color accurate, obviously, duh. Everything looks a bit oversaturated, but still it's so pleasing to look at. Like, not kidding, I genuinely did enjoy playing games on it. And some games also look really good on the CRT TV. For example, Cyberpunk on this looks really cool. mainly because it fits the game's retro future vibe so well. Exploring the night city in the neon lights, the TV makes everything look so retro and vibrant. The way it gives the image a dreamy vibe, it looks awesome. Then in a game like Silent Hill Remake, the dreamy vibe also fits this game so well. The slight blurriness, the soft and glowy image, it all gives the game this analog horror vibe, which hands down looks amazing. It's almost like playing a whole different game. Or even playing older games on this feels so good. It gives me this nostalgic feeling, it reminds me of those good old days. Like you come back from school and boot up your computer and just start playing video games. You don't have to worry about anything and you can just keep playing for hours and hours. Like in my case, growing up, I didn't have a PC for myself. I mostly played video games at a local game parlor. My dad would sometimes take me there after schools, and I remember playing games like Project IGI and GTA Vice City, and those were like my earliest gaming memories. And playing video games on this TV has, I guess, somehow brought back those same older feelings. You know what I mean? Now, of course, it's not just nostalgia. Like, there are some actual reasons to why a CRT is way better compared to even a lot of gaming monitors. Like, the response time on this is really fast. Like, there's almost no input lag. Everything's so instant. And the gameplay is also really smooth. It literally has no motion blur. And even though it has a refresh rate of just 60Hz, but because of all this, the gameplay feels way more smoother. It almost feels as smooth, if not better, than my high refresh rate monitor. And also, even to this day, CRT TVs are one of the best options to play those really old games, mainly because of how it processes the image. Older games look really good on a CRT screen. The jagged edges get smoothed out, the pixels are not visible, and everything blends so well. You can clearly see how the CRT version looks compared to a modern display. The image is just way better. Or even playing games with different visual styles. Games like Celeste look so good because the pixelated graphics blends really well on this display. Hollow Knight, Cuphead, Hi-Fi Rush, or any game that uses the 2D style or the cartoony style looks really good on a CRT because of its vibrant and glowy colors. I also tried watching movies on a CRT, especially movies that has that retro future vibe looks really cool. Like watching Blade Runner on this TV has a completely different feel to it. Or even watching older animated stuff, those also look really good. And the motion also feels a lot smoother on this display. There's just something special about this CRT image. It makes stuff look so dreamy and nostalgic. I guess it had to do with how the CRT actually works. CRTs don't exactly have pixels like modern screens. Instead, they use an electron gun at the back of the TV, which fires a beam of electron on the phosphor-coated screen. This beam scans the screen line by line and renders the image as lines from top to bottom. But it does it so fast that it's not visible to our naked eyes, and all we see is a complete image. But if you look at the screen through a camera, then you can see the image is flickering like crazy. Even to shoot this video, I had to do a lot of camera adjustments so that it won't flicker in the video. And because of this very reason of how a CRT works, the image looks way different compared to almost any modern displays. So, does it mean from now on I'm gonna shift to using CRTs for playing video games? No. You see, even though it looks so lovely and I genuinely enjoy playing games on it, but still using CRT for everything is just not a practical option. Especially in modern games, you need the color accuracy to play the games as it was intended. You need the sharp image to see those small texts. And I will always use a modern display for that rather than a CRT. And not to mention, CRTs also consumes a lot of power, takes a lot of space, and also makes a lot of loud noises. But still, I cannot deny the fact that when it comes to playing older games or even some new games, CRT display has just a totally different vibe that you cannot mimic on modern displays. And if I am ever replaying those games, then I probably will use a CRT for that. Because to be honest, there's just nothing like it. And that was it for this video. If you enjoyed, then drop a like, and if you're new, then please consider subscribing. And again, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Wakate tayo.